Zelda has gotten its first major review from a major publication, Edge Magazine, and what did they give the game on a scale of 10? A 10 out of 10. Boy, dudes, I have a feeling this is going to be the best Zelda game ever made. I played every single home console Zelda game. Ocarina of Time had the title of GOAT, but I think this Breath of the Wild has it beat. Just from the little glimpse I've played already on the plateau, blows so many other Zelda games out the water.
Breath of the Wild was posted on the web, and well, it's super positive. It implies that it's better than Horizon Zero Dawn, and it also includes the length of the game.
The visceral and varied combat is fun, the beast-based gameplay is a winner, and the lure of camp claiming, gear crafting, beast hunting, and resource gathering remains irresistible. It is undermined, however, by a disappointing lack of investment in its story, some often forgettable quests, and its vanilla villains, which unfortunately combine to make Primal feel like a step back from the memorable moments of Far Cry 3 and 4. For more on all things Far Cry, stick with IGN.
What's happening, YouTube? It's KMega405 live from the 451. I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Now, if I sound under the weather, it's because I am, man. This is crazy. Whatever the hell this was, I had to go to the doctor, take medicine. It happened to me. It started during the next podcast, and then by the time I was doing BGST, man, I was just trying to get through it. But we had such a great show. The panel just had me hyped. Just went through it, but man, when I went to work the next day, it was horrible. So, man, it's like I said, if I sound under the weather, it's because I am, and I'm trying to get over it. The doctor said it takes about 7 days or whatever, but you know, but it's all good. Definitely going to do all the podcasts and everything because I have so much fun doing them. But big shout out to everybody that all the views. It was on BGST Sunday for, man, my first time seeing that many views. Me being a member of BGST, man, I guess you guys are finally getting used to me being on the panel. But yeah, big shout outs to you guys, and for people that's been paying attention to the GRG podcast and to the next podcast, multiplayer, all the stuff that I do, man. You know, is greatly appreciated. But let's get on to the video. Now, I did throw a little jab at Horizon Zero Dawn, only because, not because I think the game is trash or garbage, just only because there were so many people, critics and gamers, that were trying to give this label of Horizon Zero Dawn as being the Zelda killer. So, as you just seen in the very beginning of the video, go ahead and take your L, because it's not. Now, I'm just poking fun because, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn looks great, looks fabulous, looks like a game I cannot wait to get. I'm getting it tomorrow. And, you know, from the things that I'm hearing, the one positive is that it's the story. Well, we know Guerrilla Games just didn't write the story. But as the more you get to, you know, watch people's gameplay and you see how other people think about the game, it's a good game. It's one of PlayStation's best games, if not maybe the best game for the PlayStation 4 this generation. And I could dig it. If it's all about, you know, the best PlayStation game that's out this generation, absolutely can agree with that. It from what I've seen in the gameplay, like I said, I'll have it tomorrow. It looks like it's better than Uncharted 4, and that's the best game this generation for the PlayStation, in my opinion. Now, if you count The Last of Us and, you know, God of War 3, you know, the older games, Heavy Rain, all of that, then, you know, it might have some stiff competition. But other than that, you know, talking about new IPs, I think Horizon Zero Dawn is that best PlayStation game. But for people to say this is the best game of all time, see, that overhyped type of talk is what hurts these type of new IPs. Every time that you put a killer in front of this, you know, like killer of Forza and killer of Gears, you know, these are games that's solid. These games are already been proven. They're game system sellers. They're the people gravitate to those type of games, and for you to knock those games because of some new IP that's coming out that nobody has ever played is laughable. And to even try to say that this generation is the best game this generation, I find that to be laughable as well, just for the mere fact that you have some really good games that came out. One that comes to mind with me is The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 to me is hands down the best game this generation on consoles. Now, of course, you have PC games, but on consoles, it has to be The Witcher 3 for me. Maybe Fallout 4 could be in some people's lists, but just one game that's absolutely, the Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, it's sold so many copies, it's really ridiculous. Some people will argue that point, but that was a last gen's game. We're talking about a game that came out this generation, and damn, The Witcher side stories are so compelling that, that would seem like there's something that was missing from even what reviewers were saying with Horizon Zero Dawn, is that they got stale, they got old, and it was uninteresting, so they just kind of kept on the side story. The Witcher has some of the most incredible side quests that I've seen since maybe KOTOR. Like I said, the Fallout series has some really cool side stories, but then those can be kind of repetitive too. But like the Red Baron side story itself was just stupid, because it was this guy trying to lift his curse. It comes to some crazy shit happening with witches in the bog and children, and there's a witch in a tree, and you have to make these crazy ass decisions. The Witcher is that game for me, and I know that there's some people that couldn't get into it because one is it's really massive. Two is the fact that it's just, some people didn't like the combat, and just, three, it's just not that type of genre of game. But to all just try to say that Horizon Zero Dawn is this game that destroys all other games, and then to compare it with a game that's been out for 31 years is just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And then they're saying that this Zelda is even better than Ocarina of Time, which has got tens from journalists, in high praise. That's ridiculous. So I definitely just wanted to give my thoughts on that. It's like, look, let the game stand on its own. And I know it's part of the marketing ploy to make things sound like they're bigger than what they are, but it usually, with video games and movies, has a reverse effect. Once that game or movie doesn't meet expectations, then it hurts it. And a game that looks as good as Horizon Zero Dawn should have its place of getting a chance to see if it's in contention of being one of the best of all time. But when we know comparing stories and things like that, like I said, The Witcher, Fallout, KOTOR, Mass Effect, the list goes on. I like to know from the people that's listening in the comments, what's your favorite story-driven game? You can give me a list, and you can just tell me your favorite overall. Everybody have a good one. Peace.